Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on how to audition for a strip club. So if you're interested in getting into a strip club, or if you already got an audition and you're interested on how to get ready for a strip club, I'm going to be doing all the steps from how to get an audition all the way up to your actual audition. So if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so step one is getting the audition. So different clubs have different ways of getting auditions. You can either show up or you can call them. Personally, I booked both of my auditions before I showed up, but this is different for different clubs. I work in California, so I emailed them. For one club, I emailed them, and I'm gonna actually read the audition that I had. I don't know if it can show. It said entertainer position. So basically what I said, I went on their website and I found their email and I emailed them. I said, hi, my name is so-and-so. I saw your hiring post on Instagram, and they were actually hiring. And I would like to apply for an entertainer position. I see it says to apply in person on your post. When is a good time to stop by? I've also attached some pictures so you can see what I look like. Please let me know. Thank you. Sorry, I just realized that this window's open. I'm gonna close it. But with that, I attached some pictures, and then they replied and they said, we have a slot open for Saturday at 9 p.m. if you're interested. I said, would it be possible to do another day, blah, 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 blah. I was not available that day. And then they replied, we only do auditions on Friday and Saturday. I said, okay, got it. Do you have any availability for Saturday? They said 9 p.m. I said, okay, see you then. And then they said, perfect, please make sure you bring a valid ID and social security card. A passport will do also. When you arrive, ask for a manager and let them know you're scheduled for a 9 p.m. audition. So sometimes they will be responsive, and you can call and actually book your audition. And I honestly personally think it's better that way. That way you go and you have a for sure guarantee that you are going to get in and talk to a manager and get an audition, as opposed to showing up and then they're like, oh, the manager's busy right now, or we only do auditions from this to this time, and things like that. It's just easier and more time efficient, and it saves you time and it saves the manager time. But if you do want to show up and ask for an audition, they will either let you audition that day and that time, or they will tell you, you know what, come back this day. Like I said, we only do auditions during this time, whatever. Personally, I would go when it's less busy. How do you know it's less busy? They opened up. They just opened up, or it's a weekday, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is usually the more packed days. At least at my club, that's how it works. Because you don't want to show up when it's busy and jumping. Everyone is hands-on, and they're either busy at the counter, busy at the bar, busy walking around, busy in the office, talking to different people. Everybody has a position that they have to fill when it's busy, and so it's going to be really hard for them to give you attention, and they might just turn you away at the door, and they might even be rude because they're so busy. So just try to go when it's not. So like I said, personally call the place and ask them when it's a good time to audition, or call them and be like, hey, I'm interested in an entertainer position. When are you guys doing auditions, or are you guys even doing auditions? Because some places you will show up and they're not hiring girls. Also, as for the dress code, some clubs are nude, some clubs are topless. The nude clubs will usually let you wear whatever you want, because at the end of the day it's going to come off. But the topless clubs, they won't allow G-strings. At least the ones that I work at don't. So make sure that you know what kind of club you're going to audition, and that you're comfortable with whatever club you're going to audition. Do your research. You don't want to get there and you're like, oh, this club's nude, and you were looking to just take your top off, or you were looking to not take your top off at all and just be fully clothed. They do have those clubs. I personally haven't worked out one, but I know they do exist, and I haven't looked into one. But if that's what you're interested, they're out there. But yeah, just make sure that you know what club you want to go into. And with that, we're gonna go into step 2. So step 2, after you have gotten your audition, or you know where you want to go audition, it's gonna be about how you get there, how you look getting there. It's gonna be your looks. your first impression. Just like at an interview, you go and you dress nicely. You want to go and dress nicely for this one, even though you're going to change into something else. Look presentable. Hair done, nails done, makeup done, everything done. Because you're supposed to go and basically sell what the best side of you, right? You're supposed to go and be an entertainer, be a dancer, be something that someone wants to look at, and be a fantasy that someone is going to look for. And if you're not heavy on makeup, that's fine. Don't do a lot, but make sure your eyebrows are threaded or waxed or whatever you do to them. Make sure that your face is clean. Just make sure that you look nice. If you want to do natural makeup, that's your thing, then do that. But if you want to cake it. Okay, just make sure that you look nice. And maybe even add some jewelry, like put on a nice necklace, put on some nice hoops, put on some nice earrings that bring out a little bit more of you. Put on some nice rings on your hands, because some people have hand fetishes, and you're going to be greeting people a lot, and the first thing that they're going to look at is, are your nails done? Like, oh, that's a pretty ring, like, where'd you get that? It could be a conversation starter. Okay, I know I'm getting a little too deep into like more of the customers, but yeah, like when you're going and you're presenting yourself to the club, you want to present your best self. That way you're increasing your chances of getting hired. If you're not into acrylics, then make sure you have like a nice manicure, maybe just a cute French tip done, toes done, because they want to see that you're well put together. So you want to make sure that you are. But also adding to hygiene, if you shave or you wax or you have laser because you ballin', make sure you're shaved or you're waxed, because you want to look clean and you want to look appealing to the eye. You want to look good. You want to feel good, even though nobody's going to be touching you. You want to smell good. And when you look good, you feel good. So you do good. It just adds on to your audition. Step 3, taking your outfits. Okay, so if you have stripper clothes, cool. If you don't, then bikinis are fine too. Don't take full bottom bikinis or like short bikinis. Make sure that the bikinis are the ones that like show your butt cheeks a little bit. You can also take lingerie if you feel like that's something that you would look good in. Make sure that your lingerie matches, that it doesn't have holes in it, that it doesn't look like tacky. If you're gonna wear lingerie, whether it's a one piece or a two piece, make sure that if it's a one piece, it's a one piece that still shows a little bit of cleavage here and there. Usually they want you to audition in two pieces, so I would say wear a two piece and a bra, like the bra and the panties, because bras are easy to take off. You just snap them off. If you're gonna go into a topless one, and you always want to wear something that's easy to take on and take off, because you need to remember that when you're up there, you're gonna have to take something off. So just making sure that you're not up there like, oh shit, like I can't take this off, like hold on, because you're auditioning, and so you want to be able to look as smooth as possible. But yeah, back to the lingerie. Make sure that you wear nice lingerie, and if possible, match it with your heels. I have seen some girls where they wear like one long piece dress and they look beautiful, but it doesn't really show much. And sometimes, like, I've heard the comments and they're like, why would you wear that, or blah, blah, blah. So just wear a two piece and make sure that it shows your curves nice. And like I said, you want to match it with your heels. So that brings me into step 4, your shoes. If you don't have stripper heel shoes, you need to go and get some. Do not show up to the strip club with pumps or like secretary office shoes or like quinceañera shoes. Don't do that. Do not do that. They probably will turn you down. And if they don't turn you down, they will let you audition. They will talk about you while you're auditioning, bring you down, and probably tell you need to go find some shoes. They don't have to be fancy shoes. Like, there's some basic ones. They're like $45 to $60, the ones that look like this. You don't need any crazy heels. And usually these will go with whatever you're wearing because they're clear. And they're actually pretty durable. I personally don't like them because I feel like they always cut into my feet. But they're great starter heels. And this is really, really important. You need to know something. I cannot stress this enough. Like, I cannot stress this enough. You need to know how to do something. Please do not audition if you do not know how to work the pole or how to work your body. It doesn't mean don't audition ever. It just means practice first. Like, you can't be a 5-star rated hairstylist if you don't practice on some wigs or practice on some people and work your way up first, right? You can't be a surgeon if you don't put in practical time, right? So you can't be a dancer if you don't know how to dance. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't mean you have to know pole tricks. Like, you don't have to go up and do a flip, and you don't have to drop into a split, but you have to at least know how to, like, twirl on the floor, or, like I said, work with your body. So, and you can either do good on the floor, like, you know, twerk some, shake some on the floor, or around the pole, do a swirl here and there, because when you're on the stage, you want to make sure that you look confident. So either do good floor work or do good pole work, because you can't be stiff on stage and look unbalanced. So also that, make sure that you know how to walk in your heels enough to perform the stage. Some stages are big, some stages are small, and you just got to work with what they give you. If it's a small stage where you can't really, like, drop into anything, because, for example, the one the one at my club where we audition, it's tiny. It's kind of like your personal space, you know, like hands apart. That's how big the stage is all around. And so you can't really, like, do much on it, but you can definitely, like, you know, do like a sexy spin down or a sexy roll down, get on the floor, do some poses, like, you know, like look back at it or something. Just, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You got to work with what they give you. If it's a big stage, work one pole, get off, you know, do like a slide onto the other pole. Just make sure that you use the space that they give you, so they see that you know how to work the stage. And also your face. When you're on the stage, you need to, you're there to entertain, right? Whoever's watching. Maybe you get lucky and nobody's there, because I got lucky one time and nobody was there. But the second time it was like a full stage, and I was like, oh shit. And I still get nervous, but yeah. If customers are there, act like you work there, you know, like, get in there, do the stage, smile at the customer, say hello to this customer, say hello to the other customer, smile, like, look at the customer, look at your butt. Just act like you've been there before, even if you haven't, you know, like a fake it till you make it. Yeah, do that. Which just adds on to my last step, which is just take a deep breath and own it. Get on that stage and act like it's not your first rodeo, even if it is. If you mess up, no one knows you messed up but you. So with that, if you fall wrong, you just lift your leg up and, you know, caress it and just keep going. I don't know, do something. However you landed, just work your way out of it and keep going, because no one knows you messed up until you show them you messed up. So just act like that was supposed to happen and just keep, you know, cameras rolling, keep going. But yeah, that brings me to the end of my video. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something from it. And if you take nothing from it, then take this from it. And just fucking do it, girl. If you're hesitating, like, what's my father gonna say? What's my aunt gonna say? Who's gonna find out? Then be like me and drive an hour and go where, you know, most people you don't know will go, and move out of your parents' house because you got tired. But anyways, if you are planning to audition, good luck on your audition. I hope you nail your audition, and I hope this was helpful for you. And if it wasn't helpful, well, then let me know what could have been helpful, because that is helpful to me. Like I said, and just to recap, make sure you know where you're gonna audition, do your research, make sure you look nice when you go, make sure you got heels when you go, make sure you got the right attire, and make sure that you go in there confident. Make sure that when you get on that stage, you work it like there's no tomorrow, and you know you belong there. If you know you belong there and you feel like you belong there, you are going to be accepted there. Because this is about how you carry yourself too. Some clubs will let you work that night. So also bring a toothbrush and toothpaste, a regular hairbrush, deodorant, baby wipes, mouthwash, a money bag, lash glue if lashes are your thing, lipstick if lipstick is your thing. I would just bring a makeup bag, like whatever it is, just to do your makeup again. If you straighten your hair, I'd bring a straightener because sometimes you will sweat and your hair will, you know, unstraighten, so you gotta straighten it again. And water. I think they offer water sometimes, and sometimes they're like $2, but I always like to bring my own water. Sometimes I throw fruits in there. Bring a snack if you're like me and you like snacking. Also, make sure you know how much cover fee is and you bring enough to pay that, because some nights are not good nights and you still gotta pay. An example of research would be, I called Vegas. Like, this is the current things that they told me. One club said that they do auditions every day starting at 9, but if I wanted a sheriff referral, that they do from 10 to 6 p.m. Why is it different? I don't know. Another club said they do it every day, don't bring a G-string, 2-piece and heels required. Topless. Another club said they do their auditions 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., topless and 2-piece required. Another place said 12 to 5 p.m., so and that's every day and that's new. So, oh, and another club said 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. You need to come in through the back. Topless, 2-piece and heels required. And then another club starts their auditions from 7 to 9. You need a 2-piece and heels, and it's a nude club. So different clubs have different times too. So you might show up at one club at one time and they're not doing auditions yet, or they already finished. So that's also what's good about calling. But this is the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it helpful to whatever it is that you might be watching it for, whether it's just personal entertainment or you are trying to get into an audition. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.